So Kids for Peace was founded in 2001 in Jerusalem by some parents from the three faiths together with leaders at the Episcopal Diocese of Jerusalem and St. George's College in Jerusalem. Children were increasingly being caught in the crossfires of violence in Jerusalem. And Henry Kars, who was at the time the course director at St. George's College, came together with some others and had this dream of a summer camp where children would have the chance to meet each other face to face, to cross the lines of conflict, to learn about each other's lives and religions, and maybe lay the groundwork for a better future. And so we try to have even numbers of girls and boys and people from each religion. So the 12 kids would be 4 Christians, 4 Muslims, 4 Jews, 6 girls, 6 boys. In the beginning, it was just 12 kids from Jerusalem who came to a summer camp in the U.S. Now our camps have about 24 children, half from the U.S. and half from Jerusalem. I go to Jerusalem about once or twice a year. Life is very divided. It's a small place where people live alongside of each other but live largely separate lives. Generally, people know very little about their neighbor's faith. At Kids for Peace, kids often say this is the first time they've heard the prayers of the other faith up close and not just on television, the first time to go into a church and a synagogue and a mosque. And we find the kids leave camp empowered with knowledge that when they hear people speaking wrongly of other traditions or saying things that are hateful or prejudiced or bigoted, that the kids will stand up for their new friends of other faiths and say, no, that's not true. I know people who are Muslim or Jewish or Christian, and can give a more accurate and fair representation of each tradition.
Hello, my name is Ayal and I'm a Jewish from Jerusalem. I think Kids for Peace is important because we're the next generation. The actually persons that can do something for the future, to change the war. Peace in my religion is like if you're fighting, and then you have to pray for God to forgive you, and then you can go to the person to forgive you. And if he forgive you, always perfect. If you are fighting because you are in the different religions, it's not a good example for everything.
My name is Sharifa and I'm a Muslim from Houston, Texas. Well, I know kids don't really have as much worries as adults, especially the one with children, because they're always they're always worried about how things are gonna end up for their children. But they can learn that maybe that not everyone from that certain place or group isn't bad, that we're just like everybody else. Like our Quran says that we shouldn't fight over silly things. We should try to stay calm and try to get to know people.
I often say that Kids for Peace is sort of the closest thing I've ever experienced to a glimpse of the reign of God, that the ease with which they come together and form relationships is so natural, and it, I think, offers a glimpse into human possibility, what we're here on this earth for. It feels as if they've been waiting their whole lives for this chance to be together. We're not trying to shape in them something that's foreign to their own sensibilities and commitments, but just to clear away some of the obstacles to peace. It is possible to love your enemies. It really is possible to cross beyond those things that divide people and learn about one another and value each other's dignity and worth while still respecting each other's differences. That kind of thing wouldn't happen back home in Jerusalem. Very unusual for kids to be interacting like this, but it's at the same time so natural. And so you have to do a double take every once in a while and say, wow, it seems like the most natural thing in the world. Part of playing is their real world, right? As being 12, that they need this chance to do things together that they normally only ever do apart. And then usually about halfway through the program, they start getting glimpses of, wait a minute, what's going on here, right? And the people said this was impossible. How is it possible? How is it possible to do it? The playing is an essential part of that. The experimenting with being each other, trying new things, doing things that are difficult. They're all kind of metaphors for what eventually will be the task of peacemaking. The courage to climb the climbing tower when I didn't think I can do it. The courage to trust or to receive help from someone from the other side. How is it that this person who is supposed to be my enemy has just done something wonderful for me? Those are the kinds of things that begin to happen first in this special environment, and then we hope will continue back in ordinary life as well.
My name is Aliyah. I'm Jewish and I live in Israel. There are people who think that to be Arabic is it's like a curse, and they call people you're Arabic, and they think it's supposed to insult people to be Arabic, and so that bothers me. It's like Arab people saying you're Jewish and thinking that is a curse, and it's not nice. A lot of adults are also not nice about all the Arabic, Jews, Muslim, Christian, and I would just tell them not to behave like that, because it's not nice, and because if we keep doing that, the world will never have peace. There'll always be wars and stuff, and I think nobody would like that.
I think it was George Mitchell who said that no conflict can be unsolvable, because conflicts all come from people, and so if they're made by people, they can be unmade by people as well. And so we try to take the things that perpetuate conflict, that perpetuate misunderstanding and fear and separation, and tear those down. There's so much rhetoric from politicians as well as from religious leaders in Jerusalem that have this narrative of inevitability about the conflict, this idea that people have been fighting for thousands of years and always will into the future, and almost give up before even trying. And I think that's Kids for Peace's bottom line message. The vision of the organization is that all the children of Abraham can live together in peace. Part of the spiritual message is that peace and being a peacemaker is a priority and imperative of each religious tradition on its own, as well as something that is strengthened by our time together. So that to be a good Muslim, to be a good Christian, to be a good Jew means to be a peacemaker.
We're Kids for Peace, and we work for it, so there wouldn't be fighting. That's the point, that all three religions would get well with each other, and that's working pretty good. I think the main thing is that this plan really works, that there is peace in here.